19 and plus, you can't tell when you're wilding. Boy, I was thirsty. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now I'm about to come on here without no earrings. Hold on. So I can't find my earrings, but the show must continue. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about frenemies. Now, I made a list on my phone because we're really going to get into it. So let's just get right into it. Number 1, be wary of people who always try to make you the bad guy. Do you hear me? I had to start off with this point because this point is gonna like tie into every other point, but you really need to get this point. Be wary of people who are always gonna make you the bad guy and they're supposed to be your friends. Okay. Remember, you know it's tea when I gotta read the notes off my phone. Y'all know what it is. If you're not new to this, you're true to this, you know what it is. All right. Everything you tell them, they try to demonize you, and I'm not saying friends can't hold friends accountable, because me personally, I love friends who can keep it real with you, but there's a difference between being real and just being straight up rude, and I think a lot of people forget that nowadays. But I genuinely love friends who then tell me, yeah, Jen, maybe you draw it on her, like, why don't you go apologize because she didn't deserve that. You get what I'm saying? I love those type of friendships. I think those are the friendships that are best for you, because you need friendships that's going to push you to better yourself and grow. You don't need friends that's going to be like a yes man, because, and also yourself, you should be self-aware enough to know when you're like, you mean to tell me all these years you've been walking on earth, you can't tell when you wildin'? There is a difference when your friend is always trying to demonize you. Now, for example, I had a situation where I'm not gonna go into it because y'all know I always do story times. If y'all want story times, those are different, but I'm not gonna go too into it if you want a story time, because I could write a book on frenemies. But I had a situation where I did mishandle something in an ethical manner. Like, I should have just sat face to face with that person, whatever it was. But it had to do with like timing issues, which why I couldn't tell that person. I was advised to not talk to that person about what I'm talking about. The person was upset, so I was like, all right, wow, like, I need to hear this person out, because at the end of the day, I had my reasons, but at the end of the day, that was also my friend. Like, I don't want to invalidate that person's feelings, because I know how it feels to be invalidated. Like, we may have opposing views, and sometimes you just need to shut up and listen, because you can learn, because you like, damn, maybe I over exaggerated, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward, person didn't want to have a conversation, but it was being said like, just the way that the story was being spun, it was just like, huh? Like, for example, it was told that I never reached out to that person and fully explained why I made a certain decision. And then when I pulled the receipts out, because one thing about me, I keep receipts, and not specifically for this person, just because all my life, I just always kept receipts, because like I said, in any social media platform that you see me on, I always talk about it. My biggest pet peeve is when people spin my words around or lie on me. So I kept receipts, and also I didn't even plan on keeping receipts. I actually had just took a picture of it to send to that person, because we had already talked about, like, they thought I didn't send them the explanation, so I sent it to them. That's why I even had that picture to begin with, not because I was keeping receipts. So good thing I had it, because I spoke to somebody else. It was like, well, you never talked to this person, and explained. I said, oh, word. I said, I ain't gonna argue with you. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Then, because they couldn't use that excuse anymore, because I already did it with the screenshot, it was like, oh, let me circle back to something else that you possibly had done. And it's just like, things like those are just like big red flags. And I'm not saying that that person did it intentionally, but those things are just big red flags. The point is, when people try to demonize you, sometimes they exaggerate the smallest little detail, or anything that you did, whether it's good or bad, exaggerate it, sometimes add a little spin to it. You know, like when people telling people's businesses, and then they get back to you, it get back to you in a whole new way that you even put it out there. Like they add different words and stuff. Yeah, like people do that. And that's why if you're just one of those people like me that people constantly try you, keep receipts. Listen, I'm gonna just say it like this: keep receipts. I can go on and on and on and on, and not even just for your friendships, for relationships. Because if you're dealing with a narcissistic ex, narcissists tend to love to scrutinize your reputation. That's why you need to keep receipts, because they will try to make you look crazy. Next point, they may feel a way about you and never tell you, and it's just like, that's a big red flag. Because in your head, you think everything's cool. You think you're cool with him. Like, oh, that's my man's. But in their head, they're just like tallying up how much they cannot stand you. And again, a lot of the times these things are not intentional. So I want to remind y'all that, so y'all don't pick at every little pattern that you see people do, because sometimes things are just unintentional. Sometimes people just don't know how to communicate. But sometimes these things are intentional, so we're not even gonna do that. Yeah, like, so when somebody doesn't like you, and I know we've all been there, so we all can relate. When you don't like somebody, or somebody rubbed you the wrong way, every little thing, you ever realize every little thing that they do starts to irritate you, it's because it's starting to tally up in your head. So it's really alarming when it's a friend who they're annoyed with you, but they can never communicate with you what you did. Or when they do, it's to the point where they had let it build up so much that they can't even effectively communicate with you without raising their voice. That is a big red flag. I just feel like if you got respect for your friend, why are you yelling at your friend anyway? Like, I'm not here for toxic friendships. You know, I'm not saying friends don't disagree and get heated sometimes. Everybody's human. But I specifically feel, if you are in college, I have no sympathy. And I'm gonna tell you this why. If you're in high school, I get it, like, we're still young, but once you hit college, everybody look at you like you're supposed to be adulting. And some of us don't realize it. I'm not gonna be hypocritical, because I came into college and I'm not leaving the same way I came in. I had a long way. I learned a lot, but it's not about the mistake. It's about taking accountability. You can draw, like, you might accidentally lose your temper, but if you could be like, damn, at your big age, damn, I was wildin'. You know what, even if it takes 2 days later, I was wildin', let me apologize. All right, cool, we can work with that. But I'm gonna just tell you, if your friend cannot talk to you effectively, it's only so many times you're gonna be like, all right, cool, until one day you just accidentally spaz on them too, because like you don't know people's tempers. And that just ties into why I feel like I have no sympathy for adults, because it's giving emotional regulation. Learn it. You are responsible for your own habits. You're responsible for adulting. Like, again, you mean to tell me once you hit the age of 19 and plus, you can't tell when you're wilding? Number 3, always trying to invalidate you or contradict your feelings. It's self-explanatory right then and there. I have somebody like that accidentally snitched on themselves that admitted that they were contradicting me, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you, because I'm at the space in my life where I need emotional regulation. I need peace. Learn detachment. It's just like, it is what it is at this point. I was like, damn, I really had liked you though. Well, like, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. If it's not, it's not. I'm gonna just let God handle it, because at the end of the day, God knows what your real intentions are. And if your intentions is to purposely gaslight your friend, purposely contradict your friend, you trying to, like, where are you trying to get at? You gonna answer to God. not me. Because like, you know what you're doing. Like, you're trying to purposely harm the psyche of your friend. And so that's why I ain't gonna let it, like, say, that's why I don't argue with nobody. But I'm telling you, there's people out there that will purposely try to invalidate you on purpose. It's like, you can tell, for example, you can tell them a story, right? And they will purposely, they're not hearing you. You can tell them about how, like, you just got like, you got into an argument with somebody. The person started with you, and you got into an argument with somebody now. I feel like you should turn the other cheek, run. But sometimes we're humans. Sometimes you don't always turn the other cheek, and that person retaliated by running over your toe. That person is gonna be like, okay, but what did you do for the person to run your toe over though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will, like, you'll tell them something and they'll try to find the smallest detail to nitpick at you, at what you're saying, to find somewhere in that story to invalidate you. You could have been like, yeah, that person came at my edges, called me bald, said my fit was trash, da 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 da, and I retaliated and said, okay, well, your mom. And they're gonna be like, well, why did you say your mom though? Like, you know you was wild. You, like, you know what I'm talking about. Child. I'm can't. Get somebody else to do it. I'm gonna let God handle it. Number 4, find some fault in your accomplishments or talk fear into your accomplishments. Dream killers. Like, you could be like, yeah, I want to do this, I'm gonna do that, and they're gonna find a way to be like, but like, Jenny, like, you really think that, like, you can do it? My mom, like, you're supposed to be my means. Be like, yes, I believe in you. You know, it is a little scary though. Like, you know, you might want to do your research a little bit more to really realize. You might want to sleep on it to really realize this is what you want to do. But if it's what you want to do, I'm here for you. You got my support. Yes. Like, why can't life just be that simple? Like, why you gotta be hating on me, like, trying to scare you and stuff? When people have dreams or whatever, and things that they want to accomplish, goals they want to accomplish, the process of getting to that place is already nerve-wracking already. People, like, especially people like me, we're already, like, in our heads a lot and thinking about how nerve-wracking it could be, and then you go to your friend to, like, you know, help level it out, and they're just like creating more. It's giving projection. Are you projecting on me because you know you could never do it, or you never had the guts to do it? Number 5, personality stealer. I think this one is the scariest one because you don't realize it until it's like said and done. But people will come around you just to take, and they dip. You can pour and pour and pour into my cup, and then they'll take all that juice and they dip, and they don't even pour into you. I'm the type of friend, because I've been content creating, I love doing my makeup sometimes. I will, like, if you are around me and you show that, oh, I'm interested in learning how to do my makeup and this, I'm like, all right, bet, I'm gonna show you, this is the products that I use, this is where I get it from, you can get this for the low for cheap, this is what best fits your skin. You want to go shopping together, let's go shopping together so I can help you find what best suits your skin. I can edit this video for you. Whole time they're hating, whole time they're just using you. Like, number 6, take your man. I had to say the best for last. I had a friend who, I don't really need the notes for this. Yeah, I had a friend who, she had a huge crush on somebody since high school. He had a, we're gonna call him Carrots, and his mans was so cute, we're gonna call him Marbles. I met Marbles through college, through them. This friend knew them because they all went to high school together, and you know, boom. She never paid him Marbles no mind, because she was so hung up on Carrots. Marbles, I wasn't the one that initiated nothing first. That was him. He was feeling me. Like, when we would be in a function, he would walk right past her and go straight to me, and I'd be like, who this man is? Because I'm so bougie. I'd be like, well, not bougie, but when I'm in a function, I'm very bougie. Don't get in my space. I'm very, like, I'm gonna dance with my friends just so nobody even think, like, get somebody else to do it, don't touch me, consent, look it up. But Marbles was feeling me, and I was like, okay, Marbles, you're a little cute. And like after he kept doing like trying to pursue me for like a couple functions of art, whatever, but came back to the room. I said, friend, can you give me Marbles' social media so we can connect? I think my friend said one time we was at a function and he was trying to get my information, whatever, like he had his phone out, but it was like a big stampede, and so my friend like yanked me out the way so I wouldn't get trampled, because when you have functions they don't care about your safety, they really don't. So I said, okay, bet, I'm gonna just like, you know, I'm gonna just, because I'm a very shy person, I said, bet, I'm gonna just go for it. What's Marbles thing so I can talk to Marbles? My friend was like, oh, okay. She pulls out his phone, she pulls out the phone. She's like, this is him, this is him, this is him, like on Instagram. I'm like, okay, bet, okay, chicken salad. And I asked her twice, can you give me his da-da? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it. But she was acting like she had to get undressed first, get in bed, get settled. All right, cool. And I also feel like it's giving desperate if I ask you 3 times in 1 hour, like, can you give me his yameen? Like, it's giving desperate. So I just let it be. I just had faith that she was going to. I just really don't like being that person that bothers people. It didn't make sense. If you was already on his gram, why you couldn't just send it to me right then and there? Share profile right then and there. Remember that detail? Her and Carrots, I guess they fell out. Tell me why then COVID hit. Like shortly after COVID hit, this was like back-to-back events. We go home. I'm on FaceTime with her all the time. Like, we're cracking up. She loves Haitian music now. She's dancing and stuff. And then she tells in the group, she tells me, I think, that, oh, she's going on a date. I'm that type of girl, like, yes, girl, woo, all for the woman, like, her. I said, wait, let me see, because you know how a lot of us, when we like somebody, we show our friends, and she never had a problem showing us before, especially when it was Carrots. She was kind of holding back, but she shows me the picture, and I'm like, period. She said she's going on an ice cream date, and then it hit me. Why does he look so doggone familiar? It's Marbles, guys. It's Marbles. She's going on a date with Marbles, the one that she swore that she was gonna put me onto, like with her own mouth. I'm like, wait a minute, is that him? She's like, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, like you knew, you know, I wanted him. She's like, no, you know what? I want you to go on the ice cream date with him no more. Da, 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 da. She definitely went on an ice cream date because I think she had posted it too, like ice cream, like girl, bye. But me being delusional, wanting to believe she wouldn't do me like that, I let it be. Not even a couple months later, we're back on campus now. I am now in a relationship. So Marbles has completely slipped my mind. One day she says, I'm gonna bring somebody over so we could chill. I need the room. I said, bet, like, cause we were roommates. I said, bet, I'm gonna give you your space, cause I like to be in my other friend's room all the time anyway. I'm in my friend's room. No, I think I was gone. At that time, I was heavily finishing, wrapping up my book, because I'm a writer, so I would be gone for hours at a time in the study lounge, just writing, literally just writing. And I come back. I think while I was gone, my friend told me she was telling her all about it, and she told him it was Marbles, but she didn't tell me. She just said it was a boy. Come back, and then I never knew it was Marbles, and she's telling me all the positions he had her in, and I'm like, oh, okay, right? She's rubbing in my face all the positions he had her in, right? I'm like, this is strange, but okay, I guess. Period. I guess it's her birthday. It's gonna add up. It's her birthday. We are now in a hotel, and my friends decided to make her a board game for her birthday. She's turning 21, I believe, so we made a board game, like every take a shot, or call your ex, or call the person you talk to. So we're playing the game now, and one of them lands on, for her specifically, oh, call your boyfriend and say you're pregnant. Now, all of us all have boyfriends except for her, I believe. Well, I think majority of us. We all call, if you don't have a boyfriend, just call somebody you like or something, or who you're dealing with. They're like, oh my gosh, call Marbles, call Marbles, call Marbles. And then I'm on the couch, I'm cramping. I'm not really playing the game because I'm cramping. And I said, wait a minute, who's Marbles? Who's Marbles? Because again, it sounds very familiar. I'm like, who's Marbles? Who's Marbles? Everybody's ignoring me. Everybody's not saying a word. My friend said in that time, she was like, oh, like, it's about to get real. And me being confused, I'm genuinely confused. Who's Marbles? But at the same time, it sounds too familiar for me not to question it. Her friend is looking like, her friend's like, trying to ignore me like I just didn't just ask you a question. The friend looks at me and is like, come here, come sit next to me. I'm like, girl, I'm cramping, but like, it's her birthday. So like, all right, bet. Get off the couch because it's her birthday. Sit next to her. She's like, give me a hug. And I'm like, okay. I'm like so stupid right now. Give her a hug. I'm like, okay. That's when it hit me. Give you a hug? Nobody want to tell me who Marbles is. Are you guilty? Are you hugging me out of guilt? Yes, she was. Answer that question for you. Turns out that's when I knew exactly who Marbles is. Yup. 2 plus 2 definitely had equal 12 in that moment, but it was her birthday and I just have respect, too much respect. And it's like, I wasn't even mad at the fact that she was dating him. It was because the girl code, you couldn't even have the guts to tell me, because at that point I was in a relationship. So it was like, but you should have told me. So boom, I wait till 2 days later. I think we are now back on campus and I call her in to the room. Now this was definitely a frenemy because she always trying to, everything I list she basically checked off. She always try to like make me seem like I'm crazy, somebody who's like always overthinking and have anxiety. I am prone to being vulnerable to these attacks because I'm just like, damn, did I really, like, am I tripping? Like, I started contradicting myself. You know, those innocent people that's not really innocent. Yeah, it's always a quiet innocent one that act like they can't defend themselves. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. And I'm okay, trust me, I have too many experience with them. Boom, I hit her. So she sits down. I'm like, her lip is shaking already because she know what's up. Like, all signs know you know what's up, you're guilty. So I'm just looking at her. I just turn around, I'm looking at her like this, same posture. I'm like, hey, so I figured out who Marbles is. Immediately she's trying to take control of the narrative. Also, be wary of people who, like, when they get caught, they try to hurry up and take control of the narrative, because it's like something that they don't want you to find out. Be wary. So she's just like, I'm like, wait, no, I just want you to know, like, we don't talk. He just slid up on my story one time and he just showed up here. So he slid up on your story and fell into your, okay, whatever. Again, a part of me was buying it because I wanted to believe it, but still, I was like, you know what, like, I don't even care if y'all got married tomorrow, y'all ran off to the sunset, happy ever after. I literally said that. I was like, but I just feel like you should have told me. Even my boyfriend was agreeing with me, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, you should have told me that you wanted the whole time, because it doesn't make sense. Like, you trying to put me on, you was trying to put me on, and then now you're sleeping with him. And then you, not only that, you're doing the guy that you liked dirty, because that's not, it wasn't just anybody that she liked. They were cool for a while too. So you're just a grimy person all around, don't know nothing about no loyalty. So she was like, yeah. So she was like, I'm sorry. I was like, okay, that's fine. Turn around, go back to doing my studying for my finals exam. No, I was writing an essay for my finals exam. Tell me why she ran. Again, be wary of those who try to take control of the narrative. Be wary. I done told you this several times in this video, and I'm gonna show you why. Tell me why she ran to my friend's room, my friends that I invited you into. Tell me why she ran to them instead of calling her best friends that she always talk crap about us with. Jennifer yelled at me, and in their head they're like, why is she worried about somebody that, like, she has a boyfriend, whole time it was about the principal, but she had them fooled because she's crying and she looked innocent. Like, it's like if you wasn't like, she just believable. Yeah, so my friend come in and she tells me, and I'm just so triggered because I don't care what anybody say. If it was anybody in my position, when somebody really try to turn your friends against you, lying, I was like, damn. So that's the whole story with that. I don't have to go into, because this is not supposed to be a story time, but I really wanted to go into detail on the take your man thing. And this was not only something that she did to us. If it was like, she did it also to my friend. Like my friend was messing with somebody, she gonna send them a picture of herself in a sports bra and tell me not to say nothing. I said, sis, if I give you this many days for you to say something before I say something. She never said something, so I had to bring it to the news to my friend. But I was really trying not to be messy. Like, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt to speak out your mouth what you did. She never did, boo. It's giving jealousy, because like she cried to me one time. Oh, also beware of people who are jealous of you. She cried to me one time like, why does this person like you and not me? And then she cried to me about how her friends always give male attention and she doesn't. So I think that was what drove her. If anybody liked us, she went after them, even though she didn't even like them for real, to make her feel like I can pull the same people that they can pull, because she was already feeling like she can't pull the people that her friends can pull, or like her best friends can pull. So I feel like it was just like a validation thing. And why would you do it to your friends of all people? You're sick in head. You're sick. So beware of all that. And to end this video, sometimes people can tell your worth without you noticing it, and they will try to compete with you, aka that friend story. They will try to humble you, steal your personality, etc. People will be so threatened by you. Like, for example, I talked about this on TikTok and it got a little bit of views. Like, you ever just be minding your business and you're like a shy person, especially if like you're an extrovert and you're shy, you say hello, but you don't really like talk for real. People will take that as like, oh, she thinks she's better than me. People will be so threatened, and I say to say, people will be so threatened by you, and you don't even have to do nothing. Like, this happened to me once, and the whole time I'm like in my head, I'm trying not to cry because I was in an abusive relationship at the time, and I'm trying not to cry, and you're taking it as, oh, she thinks she like, oh, she got a stare problem. No, whole time I don't even wear my prescribed glasses. I can't see you anyway. Like, it looked like a bunch of blobs to me. So it just fascinates me how you really can press people's buttons. Like, people will notice something about you and get so pressed. People could see greatness in you, and they will try to humble you and bring you down, because they know if you've reached your full potential, you're gonna eat them up. No crumbs. And people are gonna do that to you on a daily basis, but the last thing you need somebody doing that to you is your friends. With that being said, I can do way more another video of this, because child, I got stories on top of stories on top of stories. With that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me if you want story time to some of this messiness. Bye guys. Hey y'all, welcome back to my video. Tell y'all about my day. Bye y'all. Like and subscribe. If you don't like and subscribe, your mom's a whore.